I received a phone call the other day from an old friend of mine. He left a message on my voicemail. When I got a chance to answer my voicemail, there were messages from my job and also from an ex-friend of mine. Well, I listened to it as he recited, went down the call list, and he said, "Nicole, hey, this is James, remember me? I hope you remember me. We used to hang out and work together and go have lunch." So I was thinking to myself, you know what, this is illegal. Why is this guy calling? I don't even remember him. So then I got to thinking, trying to think back, and I'm like, oh, that James. So I got up enough courage and I went there and I gave him a phone call because he left his information on my voicemail. And I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm glad you returned my call." He said, "I was wondering if we can go get a bite to eat and reminisce about old times." I was wondering, I'm like, I don't know if I should go do this. He said, "Oh, come on, I want to get caught up on some things." I said, "You know that's illegal what you just done. I could really call the popo on you for doing that." But I went on ahead, went out with him. Of course, I drove my own car. We met up at our old restaurant, Edie's. We sat down, we had a bite to eat, and we reminisced about a lot of stuff that we used to do, like hold hands, walking in the park. And also, we would talk to 3 o'clock in the morning. Then in deep conversation, he sat there and he was staring at me and he said, "You know, you are still so beautiful and you'll always be my first love." And I'm like, okay. And so he's like, "Well, I was wondering, maybe you can stay for a little while and we can get caught up some more, maybe go back to my place." I'm like, wait a minute now. Where is this supposed to be going? We're just supposed to be having a bite to eat. So anyway, so he was sitting there licking his lips slowly. Ladies, how could I resist? I was thinking about the time when he had swept me off my feet, and that we would always talk about everything and anything. So he was looking at me like, you know what, ladies, you know how a guy really looks at you, and especially when he's hot, like he's looking right through you, like you are the one. I mean, really the one. So he wanted me to leave. I did. I went back to him. But at this time, oh my God, I drove my car to his big luxury condo. Basically, this was the same condo that we used to go to when we wanted to hang out and just be alone, just him and I. Well, he asked me this question in the restaurant. He said, "When are you going to be my lady again?" Again, I'm in deep thought, like, where is this going? So I went back to his house. And so we talked for a little bit. And I said, you know what? It's getting late. I have to leave because I have a presentation the next morning. So I went home, took a cold shower. I mean, a really long cold shower. So the next day I went to work. All I could think about was James. And then I heard this unnerving voice saying, "Nicole, Nicole." Still didn't hear. All I could hear was whoa, 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 whoa. It was my boss. Sound just like Charlie Brown's teacher. So at the time, snapped out of it because I know they had to focus on my job in this presentation. Gave this wonderful presentation, killed it. The contractor loved my presentation. He decided to collaborate with the company. So when I got home, I got a phone call from James and he said, "Well, dear, how did your day go?" And I said, "It went well." He said, "I know that you kill it." And so he said, "Hey, what are you doing later on?" I said, "Well, I don't know, just probably calling it in the night." He said, "No, let's go out and celebrate. We gotta celebrate. You did a wonderful job." I said, "Okay, well, we'll go. Where are we going to?" He said, "Well, I was kind of thinking about fixing you dinner." And I said, "Okay, okay, let's do that." So he surprised me. He came over my house. He surprised me, picked me up, took me to his big luxury apartment again. I was riding in his Porsche. Oh my God, it was such a beautiful car and it drove real fast. So anyway, we got back to his condo and he said, I hope you like dinner. I said, what are you fixing? He said, I'm going to surprise you. So at that time, he had pulled out of his refrigerator one of my favorite raspberry wine. It was chilled. He poured 2 glasses, one for him, one for me, and he told me to go in the front room where the dining room was, you know, to have a seat, get comfortable, and I did. Ladies, when he came out with these plates, of course it was one for dinner, he had shrimp and stuff on the plate, baked potato. Ugh. He came out with nothing but an apron. And when he asked me the question again, he said, when are you going to be my lady? I said, now. Girlfriend, all I can tell you is, when you find your soulmate, it's wonderful. When it's the second time around. Thank you.